Hi, my friends. It is Tuesday, and it's been a very long Tuesday here in the land of Pastor Moira. But the good news is that it stopped raining. It was a little gray sometimes today, but I was driving some different places and I saw families of geese with their very fluffy little baby gooses and some swans and lots of other lovely birds and just fields filled with dandelions, which makes the bees and the butterflies happy. And did I mention it wasn't raining and the wind slowed down? So that was most excellent. I also know that this is National EMS Week. National EMS, which is for Emergency Medical Services. So that's paramedics and people like that and first responders who go out and help people having medical emergencies. And I don't have a book about that, unfortunately. Exactly. But I have a book about bunnies, which I think will be most appropriate. Rescue Bunnies. Rescue Bunnies by Doreen Cronin and Scott Menchin. Doreen Cronin's the person who does the Click Clack Moo books that we very, 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 very much like. So Rescue Bunnies for this National EMS Week. And here's the dedication. For first responders everywhere and for Robert Stanley Menchin. You ready? Newbie is a rescue bunny trainee. She has passed the physical fitness test. She has passed the emergency rescue roping test. She has even passed the blind taste test. There's the physical fitness and roping and blind taste tasting. The last test will be the toughest of all, the field test. Until then, her job is to alphabetize the spice rack. So she's taking the spices up there and putting them in order. Late Tuesday afternoon, the second shift picks up an urgent distress signal. A giraffe is in trouble. Newbie, shouts the chief. Grab your pack. Today is your field test. Unfortunately, Newbie has tied herself to the spice rack with a double figure 8 rescue knot. Get the kid off the spice rack, yells the chief. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. That's the chief. And there's Newbie, tied to the spice rack. Which is a little how I feel today. See that picture again? Maybe it's a Tuesday thing? Finally, the field test. We're headed to hyena country, warns the chief. If they get too close, it's code red. What's a code red? Asks Newbie. Evacuation, replies Bunny 1. What happens to the giraffe? Asks Newbie. You want the truth? Asks Bunny 1. We leave. Giraffe stays, answers Bunny 1. The giraffe is in sight, and the drop zone is clear. Watch out for the tree, kid, warns the chief. There's the giraffe. Ouch! Oh! I'm okay. The rescue bunnies are on the scene. Chief gives his orders. Secure the area. Check for injuries. Don't trip on the rope, kid. There's our trainee. The bunnies examine the giraffe for injuries. You missed those giant bumps on her head, announces Newbie. They're called horns, kid, says the chief. Bumps. Bunny 1 scans the savannah with his binoculars. Hyenas on the horizon! Hyenas? Responds Newbie. Code red! Newbie panics. Snap out of it. Newbie pulls herself together. See, she's all panicky and her ears are fuzzy. And she gets them nice and straight. The rescue bunnies race against the clock. They try to dig the giraffe out. She won't budge. They try to push her out. She won't budge. The bunnies devise a complex system of cables and pulleys. She budges just a bit and then sinks back in. It's going to be okay, though. I promise. What can I do to help? Chief Newbie asks. Babysit the giraffe, replies the chief as he walks away. Why do I get stuck with the giraffe? Asks Newbie. Why do I get stuck with the trainee? Asks the giraffe. It's my first day out here, says the giraffe. Me too, says Newbie. I'm scared, whispers the giraffe. I'll hold your ear, answers Newbie. Works for me, says the giraffe. What's a code red? Asks the giraffe. Do you want the truth? Says Newbie. I think so, answers the giraffe. Newbie hesitates. We evacuate. What happens to me? Asks the giraffe. Well, I know that looks scary, but it's going to be okay. The hyenas are moving in. Code red, yells the chief. There's Newbie still holding on to her friend. Newbie doesn't care about her field test anymore. She ties herself to the giraffe with a double figure-8 rescue knot. I'm not leaving without the giraffe. Crazy kid, mutters the chief. he turns to the crew. Grab the kids' feet, yells the chief. One by one, the bunnies form a rescue chain. 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. Move up, move back, move forward. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was Leah. It's not the first time the bunny hop has dragged someone out of the mud. The ride back to the command center is quiet. I guess I didn't pass the field test, huh? Chief, says Newbie. The chief puts his arm around Newbie. You got a lot of heart, kid, he says. The rest you can learn. The end. So my friends, EMS people and first responders are amazing because they rush in when people are having emergencies and fires and accidents and all kinds of things when most people would rush out. And heart has a lot to do with that. They have a lot of skills and knowledge and things that they have learned and practiced that help, but heart has a lot to do with it. And it turns out heart has a lot to do with everything we do, with how much we're willing to help or reach out to someone or care about people we don't know who are on the other side of town or on the other side of the world. How big our hearts are is the best thing we could ever work on, is to make them bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger so our hearts are big and open to as many people to love as we possibly can. And so as we go into this time of transition where we're going from our shelter at home rules and instructions to new ways of doing things, and stores and businesses and churches and offices and all kinds of things are opening back up, it's going to be a little scary for a lot of people because it's been a long time of worrying and waiting and staying at home. And so we're going to need to open our hearts even more to the people who are scared and confused and uncertain, to ourselves and to the people we live with, and to our neighbors and our friends and the people we share our church with and our neighborhoods and our restaurants and our stores and all of that. So as we go forward into this time, I hope you can be like Newbie, that you can have a very big heart, because if we can do that, the rest we can learn. All the rest of the things that we need to know in this world, including little Leah Katz. There she is. All the rest of the things we need to know in this world, we can learn if we've got a lot of heart. So remember, my friends, how very much I love you. Bye-bye.